Okay, so right here you can see how high the water came up on the shed. The shed is essentially at ground level, maybe only an inch or two higher. As you can see, the water came up well above the doorknob. That water right there, I mean, just estimating, I'm guessing it's 3.5 or 4 feet high. The shed, obviously, everything is all muddy and moved around. You can see all the mud around the lattice on the side of the house. We go around the side here. I don't even know whose tree this is in our yard. We go up on the deck. You can see that, this little toy chest we have got knocked over. And here you can see the water line actually right here on our deck. This goes all the way around, so you can see that the deck is at the same level as our house, and that water line, if I put my arm up next to it, I mean, that's about where my watch is, so maybe 6 inches, rough estimate. Here's the laundry room. As you can see, there's some mud on the floor. There's still some standing water right here. It's hard to see the water line on the walls, but if I step on this, you see there's water just coming out of this. So that's completely waterlogged. Now we're in our back bathroom. You can see there's more mud, lots of mud. And let me turn on a flashlight here for you. If you see, you can see that these are really saturated, and again I can show that by stepping on it. You can just see the mud, squirting out from the sides. This obviously the same way, so you get the point there. This is our water heater. See, there's a little bit here, a little bit of water in there. Now here's our main family room. This is wet. It looks like it has dried out a little bit more than those carpets in the previous room, but it is wet. Here we have a brass, it's like a book holder that we use almost. You can still see the water inside it. And this is probably the best indicator of how high the water got inside the house. It's hard to see on this couch, but the bottom of that couch is wet up to, obviously, the same level as this.
Tom, I put this back where I found it this morning.
Stop. Alright, you can see the indent here. We always keep this right here. So you can see that's how high the water was in here and the rest of the house. You can see this couch is wet up to about the same line. I don't know how well you can see this, but this is all wet. You can see it's kind of saturated. I'm going to bring this around with me to compare for the rest of the house. Over here we have our TV stand. You can see this note that my brother wrote, something with the video game that's soaked with the PlayStation 2, and I think that's our wireless internet modem. We have a surge protector. You can see some expanding of the wood on the chairs, not much. Oh jeez. Oh. Yeah, this water's coming out right now. Hold on. Just trying to empty out this water. Okay, so here's our kitchen. See all the mud in our kitchen. This actually we didn't even track in. This was just sitting here when we got in here. Again, for comparison purposes, comparing this brass book holder to our cabinets. It looks like it didn't get into our cabinets too much. However, if you put this next to our stove, let me shine a flashlight on this. This did get into our stove just a little bit. You can see the standing water in there. Okay. Yeah. Here's our refrigerator. You know, some frozen stuff is melted, but you know, there's a little bit of water right here.
Excuse me.
All right, in this room, if you look at the bottom of the chairs, you can see that, you know, you can see how that's a lot dirtier than the top. I assume that's from the mud. Again, that's about how high the water is.
Furniture from Italy, Tanya.
Yeah, I got you.
This is mahogany.
This right here is an old, what is this called?
But it's an antique.
This is an
It pulls up.
antique pull-out couch from Italy that,
Folds out.
all right.
See if it's waterlogged on the bottom.
No.
That's what my concern
You can
is.
see again, you know, the water got right up to about this level. Here's the most visible mud inside the house. This is just something that helps the desk chair roll, obviously. You can see all the mud, the standing water. None of these drawers are actually wet, though. Alright, as we come over here to the front of the house, you can see it's a little wet right here. There's a very faint, it's hard to see, but there is the water line on this wall. If you can see it, you know, right along this, if you follow my finger along this line, there's the water. That might help a little bit. It is hard to see. Over here, you can see that this wood obviously was wet and did expand. Again, for comparison purposes. That's about how high the water was. And then as we keep going, now we're in the back bedrooms here. So you can see some mud on the floor. You can see the wall. And again, like I did in the other bathroom, when you step on these, you can just see how waterlogged they are from the flood. And back here in the two bathrooms, or in the two bedrooms, there isn't too much to see other than the dirt that we've tracked in. Looks like you can't really see too much of a water line on this wall, but you can't really see it anywhere in the house. It is difficult to find. However, this is our heater closet in this bedroom back here, and right here you can see where the water got up there. You know, water got up about that high. It might have been higher in this room because this room had a vent, so the water obviously came from, you know, underneath rather than flowing in throughout the house. This door was locked, or this door was closed, so most of that water probably did come in through that vent. And finally, the last room of the house, we have something in a cardboard box under this bed here that I tried to pull out the box, and you know, the cardboard obviously just shredded because it was soaked.
That was the mirror for the bedroom in the
I know.
women's bedroom.
You know, as we keep going, you can see that water line a little bit. We're back here in a back closet. This closet is maybe 2 or 3 inches higher than any other room in the house. There's not much to see. The ground is a little wet. It's hard to see, but you know, you can see just how soaked this you know, this thing. Obviously, that's just shredding in my hands. All right, so that's pretty much everything.